I don't know why both of y'all do that. Brenna does the same thing. Hey guys, welcome to the channel. This is Maggie. She has so many nicknames, y'all, but we just call her Maggie. Her name is Magdalene. You don't like us calling you that? No.
It's too formal.
Too formal. So that will be her career name when she becomes some professional. Magdalene. But we are going to share what she read for July and August. And I will link the video down below where I did this same type of video with my 6th grader. So I thought I would share my 5th graders. I'm also going to link the videos where I share what I picked for her for the school year. And we only hopped into a few of the books that she has on her list for the school year. It will not hold her for all of the whole year. We will definitely have to dive in for some more. But I'm excited for her to share with you what she read in some of these books. See, she's excited too. And that is rare for Maggie, aka Magdalene, because sometimes she's not open to talk about all that stuff. Okay, so let's start with these first few books. They are all, what theme? What's the theme we have going on here?
Right now it's soccer.
Okay, so she was all into soccer. She still kind of is. But we started out, this was a part of our summer reading books. And so I had them reading soccer books and volleyball books, things that they were interested in. And so these are from July. So when July hit and we started school July the 3rd, she was still reading some soccer books. So we're going to share briefly about some of those. So the first one is...
What is the World Cup?
And it just talks about the World Cup, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, these are the who was, what is, what was books. And we all know about those. Did you like it?
Yeah, it was very fun. It was informational.
Informational. See? Mm-hmm. That's awesome. Okay. What about this one? What is this?
Soccer Sabotage.
Soccer Sabotage. Give us a brief description of this book.
They basically sabotage this one boy who's very, very good at soccer that could take away their starting spots at their school team.
Ooh, so we have some children that are a little afraid that their spot's going to be taken. I always tell my girls in any sport that they are doing, it's competitive and you're going to have competition even on your team. But what do I tell you guys all the time? What is it that you need to do when you are in a sport?
Work your hardest.
Work your hardest. Like, don't worry about everybody else, because if you're giving 100% and that is good enough, your 100% is enough, and you don't worry about anybody else because your skill will show for itself. Clearly they missed that in this book, but this is always a good lesson to learn. Like, how can we turn the books that our children read into teaching moments for them? Okay, what else? This is a series that she's about to show.
It's Kick series.
How many books are in the Kick series?
I don't know.
I think there's like 12.
Oh, yeah, 12.
12. And who's the series by? Who's the writer?
It's by Alex Morgan.
And who's Alex Morgan?
She's a professional soccer player.
What is this series about in the Kick series? So this is the Kicks settle the score, the Kicks under pressure, the Kicks in the zone, and the Kicks choosing sides. And so they all build on each other. But tell me, just overall, tell them what the series is about.
So first, this girl named Devin.
Give me the short version.
Okay. This girl named Devin moved from Connecticut to California, and she's having a new life there. But on the first day of school, she meets this girl named Jessie, along with these other 3 girls named Zoe, Emma.
Somebody else.
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
So what is this, in general, what is happening?
During soccer, she goes through different challenges and happy times that she has to connect with her whole team, and sometimes her whole team, sometimes just her friends, to get them back together again or fix the problem.
Ah, so lots of problem solving happening in the book. That's awesome. I love that. Okay, let's talk about this next book. Look at her face, y'all. She got excited. Let's talk about it.
This book is Something to Say.
Who wrote Something to Say? I don't even remember. Lisa Marie Ramey. I don't know, but that name right there. Okay, tell us about this book.
So the book is a lot. I feel like it goes a lot with what I do and some problems that I face. She has problems expressing herself, and she's very timid, kind of like me. She doesn't talk a lot. She doesn't have any friends at her new school. and this one boy comes up and talks to her. He's new, and he also homeschooled. He moved from Nebraska.
So is she homeschooled in this book?
No, she goes to a regular school, but the boy...
He used to be homeschooled.
Yes, he used to be homeschooled.
Gotcha.
And moved here and went to regular school. And his mom works at a restaurant. And he's very talkative. And they're doing a speech for English class, and she couldn't do it. Like, she just couldn't do it because she was very timid. And when she does speeches and talks in front of a large crowd of people, she feels like she's about to pass out, so she couldn't do it. So then she misses a day of school on purpose, acts sick, and she actually really nails it in acting sick. And the boy texts her and is like, please come. I know you don't want to. I know you're scared, but please come. Or else he wouldn't have gotten to the debating class that they're doing the speech for. So, and the debate was about changing the name of the school.
Okay, wait. We don't want to tell them all of the book because then we might spoil it. But tell me, was this book like inspiring for you? Did it help you feel like you could talk more and express yourself more? Tell me about that. Because this is one of the books that I intentionally put on her list for this reason. Because Maggie is super timid. And she doesn't talk a whole lot, although it might seem like she does because she's talking right here, but she knows that it's just she and I sitting. So if there were actual people in front of us, she would be closed mouth, which is okay. Everybody comes out of their shell in their own time. But tell me how this book made you feel after reading it.
It made me feel like even though you're scared to do something, you should always do it because there's nothing wrong with what you do every day.
That's right. You are perfect. Just the way God created you. So, come on out, girl. Let's do this. Show the world what you can do, right? I'm glad that she really loved this book, y'all. I definitely struggle sometimes finding books to hold her attention, and I'm very glad that this one did. Would you reread it?
Yes.
Definitely. That is a big deal coming from Maggie. Okay, what's next?
The Sweetest Sound. It also has about the same structure of that book. Her talent is singing, and she is afraid to sing in front of a whole crowd of people. At the end of the book, she learns to not be afraid to hide your talent and not be afraid to express yourself.
You said not be afraid to hide it. Or you mean not be afraid to show your talent? Because she's been hiding it, right?
Okay. Yeah, not be afraid to show your talent.
To show your talents. Yeah.
And to express yourself through that.
Yes, so she expressed herself in this book through song. Singing. Maggie used to be our dancer, and she did a lot of expression through dance. And now I feel like she does a lot of expression through like building, STEM work, even writing. She's getting more into writing and crafting, and that is a real big form of expression for her. So do you feel like this book was inspiring for you as well?
Yeah.
Yes. How would you rate it compared to Something to Say?
This book is better than that book.
Okay, so you think that The Sweetest Sound is better than Something to Say, but you love both of them.
Yes.
Would you reread this one also?
Yes.
Yes. And this book is by Sherry Winston. She is also the author of President of the 5th grade, 6th grade, and 6th grade Girl Code. So, and all of my girls, you've read all of those books, right?
Mm-mm.
No? Okay, so we got to get those to you next.
Okay.
We have them upstairs. So yeah, I'm glad you like this. This was also on her list of books that I picked for her for the school year. Okay, moving on, we have
The Twins.
The Twins. Let's talk about The Twins briefly. This is a graphic novel, by the way, as well. And Maggie does really enjoy graphic novels. Okay, tell me briefly about this one.
They go to a school. They're twins. And now that they grow up, the oldest twin doesn't want to dress alike because she thinks it makes them look like babies. So she starts getting mad at the younger twin and starts not doing things with her and doing things with her friends instead of the little sister. They're running for president of the whole school. And the oldest twin runs, but then later the younger twin runs for a school grade. So then the oldest doesn't know that the youngest ran for the president. So when they did the announcement of the candidate, the older sister got even more mad at the younger sister. And then when the older sister got elected, for some reason, their relationship started getting better.
How do you feel about this book? That's great.
I feel like it goes along with a lot of what me and my big sister do. We are off and on with each other. So sometimes we like each other. We're playing around some nights and some days, and then the next day or whatever, we're all nasty attitude towards each other.
We're working on that.
Yeah, we are.
Definitely. So do you feel like you learned a good lesson from this book?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Make your good relationship when you're younger, so when you get older, it doesn't.
It's not all messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So working on building sibling relationships. This is a good one for that. Okay, a few more. Let's talk about
The Bird Girl. I love this book because it goes a lot with hair, and it talks about hair, and I love doing hair.
What's the lesson that you learned in this book, from this book?
Don't be jealous of someone, of anyone, really.
Create your own success, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell them briefly about it, what it's about. This is also by Sherry Winston as well, president of the whole 5th grade, 6th grade girl code, Sweetest Sound, those books. What else?
So in this book, we have 3 girls, Callie, Maggie, and Deja. Deja and Maggie, they're friends in this book, and then she just figures out, like, the day after they start school back up again, that she has a long-lost stepsister, and her name is Callie. So then Callie comes to live with Maggie, and Deja thinks that is going to take her and Maggie's friendship away.
And then what happens? Don't they meet a group of girls that are trying to start a business like they are?
Yeah, and then the group of girls gets jealous and starts, because the business that they're doing, which is making hair, is a really good business at their camp.
Not making hair, they're...
Oh, yeah, not making hair, doing hair.
Yes.
And so then the other group of girls tries to do the same thing, but they're terrible at braiding. So then they get bad comments from their clients. So then they stop it and they give up. They're like, sorry, we shouldn't have been jealous of you because you couldn't really do that. So then the whole book ends up with them all being okay and friends with each other.
So that's awesome. Good. Okay. This one is Rebel Girls, Madam C.J. Walker Builds a Business. This was actually one of the free books that we got from Barnes & Noble as a part of the summer reading program. It was awesome for Maggie.
It took me 2 days to finish.
She finished it in 2 days. It is definitely a lower level, I'll guess say reading level type of book. But we chose this because of who Madam C.J. Walker is and how Maggie really enjoys doing hair. And so this was a book of interest, not necessarily to challenge her reading, but did you enjoy it?
Yes.
And you now know about Madam C.J. Walker?
Yes.
Yes. Tell me one thing that she did.
She made it easier for African American women to take care of their hair.
Yes. Madam C.J. Walker. Would you read this again?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Mia Mayhem. This is also a book that is not on Maggie's reading level.
Chapters.
Not at all. But we started this series like, 3-4 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
It's been a long time. But this is book number 13. We've read all of the other books. We have, I think, all the way up to like maybe 8 upstairs. And so she wanted to finish reading it, the series. She really loved this. So tell me about this one.
Mia Mayhem is a superhero. Her real name is Mia Macaroni, but her superhero name is Mia Mayhem. And in the class, they're learning how to take care of plants, like just regular plants. So she takes this plant home, and it's such an overgrown plant, like it's alive, and it listens to what she says, and it can talk and all that. And she goes back to her superhero class, and she's like, what is wrong with this plant? Like, it's talking, and it's messing everything up. So then she goes to her teacher, and the teacher says it's a very special plant, and you got a very special plant, and you have to learn to control it, or it'll mess up everything. So I basically mess up everything in the class, and made a super garden that almost destroyed the whole place.
Cool book,
So
though?
then, yeah, it was a cool book. So then she had to talk to the plant in a kind way and a loving way and tell it to, or ask it to calm down and clean the mess up. And it was up in flesh.
I think this would be a really good series for Maggie to read to our youngest daughter, Mallory, because Maggie loves this book. Mallory eyes these books and pulls it out because there are definitely pictures within the book. But I was so glad that she was able to read this. So we bought this and now we'll just pass it on down to Mallory. All right. Anything else you want to say?
It's been fun talking with you guys.
Bye.